There I go, kicking up dust in my old pickup truck. Sun dipping low.
Okay, let's do this stuff. Let's just do it. Let's dive in and let's hit it. Let's hit it hard. It's Monday. I know all you guys are out there at work right now and you're not very happy about being at work because, work sucks for a lot of people.
Wild and free, just what we crave. In the blood and limb, we find our tune. Sing along under the stars so bright.
Now, me, fortunately, unfortunately for you, fortunately for me, work doesn't suck. I love my job. I'm a small business owner and I like what I do. That's why I started the business. So if you're out there and you're young, old, whatever age, and you think you have a very good idea, you need to probably try to act on it. Act on it in a small level, a small phase. Here's the deal. I am a woodworker. For woodworkers. And I'm also a lighting designer. And I started off as just a dumbass. Still a dumbass. But I started off as a dumbass. And I said, you know what? I need to do something more positive with my spare time. And I need to do that. And it needs to have some good positive effect on my life. You know what I'm saying? I need to do something, find a hobby that isn't just me throwing money in a hole. Isn't just me buying an item, setting it on a shelf and looking at it. No, what I wanted to do was a hobby where I made something. And that something that I made was something that was for my home. That was something that I would hang on the wall. Something that would potentially have practical purpose. Something that would be utilitarian. Utilitarian, yes. And that's what I did. I liked wood. I liked working with wood. So I made wood shoe racks. I made a wood coat rack or 20. I would make something that would punch up my wall. Little wall art with some auto flare with an old Mustang sign with a light over it and then a cool switch because I have a degree in electronics. So that made me want to do something in that area because I didn't fear it. A lot of people are scared of electricity and a lot of people are just don't really want to take the time to learn that whole process to do that specific hobby. So I get it. I think that's one of my fortunate angles is there's not a lot of people out there that want to make electrical components. Call me stupid. It sounds boring, but I love it. Now, you're at home. You're just kind of like scratching your nether regions while you're eating a pot pie, drinking a Busch Light, watching a rerun of the Golden Girls. There are guys out there, there are ladies out there that do that. And that's all they do. And God bless them. Because I tell you what, that's not a terrible thing. But I tell you what is terrible is if that same person has a skill, has a talent, has a great idea bouncing around in their head and they don't act on it. It doesn't have to be a great big act, some grand thing. You don't have to do a grand opening at Reggie's Basement Wood Shop, and he's going to be making shoe racks today, and we're going to watch this because he's going to make 100 shoe racks, and he doesn't have one sale yet, but he wants to do it. It's his hobby, and he wants to be good at it, and he wants it to be a big deal. No, you just make one shoe rack. Put it in your closet. Maybe you don't put it in your closet. Maybe you have a lot of guests that come over to your home. You know what I mean? You put the shoe rack out in your garage. Say people come into your house through your garage, or you throw little garage parties. We do that here in Indiana. Yes. Now, it gets crazy in Indiana with the garage. People love to take their garage and turn it into anything but a place to park your car. Yeah, you can drive down an Indiana neighborhood in the suburbs, wherever really, but suburbs is where it's real popular. You could be driving home from work, and next thing you know, you look to your left and you see Tom over there sitting on a couch with a rug under the couch with a coffee table, an end table, a lamp on the end table, and a 55-inch flat screen TV sitting on top of a credenza in his garage. Yeah, and then he has like a nice family portrait hanging on the wall in his garage. Yeah. They do that here in Indiana quite a bit. Now, I don't know if they do it anywhere else because I don't live everywhere else. I live here in Indiana and I see it all the time. TVs, cable TV, chandelier, hanging over your couch, in your garage. You throw Super Bowl parties in your garage. You throw, I don't know, nice get-togethers with hors d'oeuvres. In your garage. It happens here in Indiana. Put that shoe rack in your garage when next time you have 12, 15 people over for beer and hors d'oeuvres watching the Super Bowl. Next thing you know, they're going to be gandering over at the shoe rack. And they're going to be like, are you kidding me? That's one hell of a shoe rack, Rich. Did you make that yourself? Where'd you buy that? Made it myself, Steve. I made that shoe rack all by myself. Made it down in my shop. You want to see my shop, Steve? Sure do, Rich. Come on, let's go down and take a look at it. We go down in the shop and I'm saying, hey, my next project's a coat rack. Check out my coat rack. Steve, I'm starting to forget the names. My name's Rich, so this is going to be easy there. But now I'm talking to Steve down in my shop in my basement while the Super Bowl is going on. It's a commercial. The commercials suck anymore on the Super Bowl, and they used to be the best thing about the Super Bowl. But yeah, so you got stupid commercials on. They think they're being funny, but you're down in the basement and you're showing Steve your next project, your coat rack. You know, in my case, I would take an old Amico sign. Yeah, check out some of these. I really like doing those. I love doing those, actually, and I thought they looked great. I had them hanging in my house, had them in my garage. You know, next thing you know, I'm like, I need to sell these things. Got a booth at some store, like an old store that sells antiques and stuff, and next thing you know, I'm selling these things like crazy. I'm taking skateboards, blank skateboards, and I'm retrofitting them. I'm decoupaging them. I'm painting them. And then I'm buying the wheels in the trucks that are the same color as the decoupage or the paint. And they match. And I'm making cool little decks. And I'm selling those like crazy, like hotcakes out of this little booth in this store called Upscale Junk. It's gone now. It was a pretty good store. I liked it. But then next thing you know, I said, I'm gonna make some other stuff. And I did. But I'm going to make, and what I did is, okay, you're climbing into the brain of Dick Ritchie real quick. And now this is how I did my research to decide what kind of business I was really going to start diving into. So I knew I liked rustic things. I knew I liked working with Indiana barnwood. And I knew I liked to make things that people not just wanted to sit in a corner and it just sat there. Something that they could use. Something that was necessary. You know, you got 10 pairs of shoes, you gotta have a shoe rack. You got 5 coats, gotta have a coat rack. You got a bathroom with a little window, you need a light. You got any room that needs a little light, they need a light. But I said, everybody's making beam lights and wood chandeliers and fancy big grand lights. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do a search. And what don't I find is what I'm going to make. That's the luxury of Google, guys. That is the luxury of the Google. You want a business idea? Search for something that you have interest in making. And if you can't find it, people want it. People need it. That's all you got to do. I searched rustic wood bathroom light. Not one. Couldn't find one. So right now I challenge you to pick up your phone. If you're not watching on your phone, you're watching this on your TV, pick up your phone. Google search barnwood bathroom vanity light. Probably the first, if not one in the first 10 pictures will be one of my products. Ding dong, the witch is dead. I just let it out of the box. Pandora is free and flying around. So go grab Pandora by the tail, pull it in, start your own business. Try it. Now, I'm not rich. I don't make a ton of money. I'm not selling lights to celebrities or to famous people. Regular people who own a house in Michigan on a lake, who own a condo in Florida, who own a cabin down in Texas, who has a nice home in California. I sell it to all of them because they're all gonna, not all, but a lot of people end up having a desire to have their decor go into a nice rustic area sometimes. And I'm a rustic guy. I'm from Indiana. I'm a country boy. I'm actually a West Virginia boy until I was, like 18 or so. I mean, I've lived everywhere. But the most important two things, if you do start this business, folks. First, quality. Make sure you're making a product that is of quality. That is the most important thing you can do. One of the most important things you can do. Second, when you do put it on the market and you have to deal with customers, respond quickly with good, quick, concise answers. That's all you got to do. I'm telling you right now, somebody's scrolling through Etsy. That's where my products are at. Etsy, they see the light. They're like, wow, look at this. But how do you hang it? Hey, Rich, how do you hang your light? Ding, my phone goes off. How do I hang my light? Oh. I stop whatever I'm doing, wherever I'm at, and I answer that customer right away. It does two things. First off, it gets the order. All right. Second off, it surprises the hell. Well, that's probably first. Surprises the hell out of that customer. That customer that has just messaged some random vendor on Etsy, and they don't even really know where I'm at, who I am, how big I am, what I'm doing. And I replied with an answer, a thorough, quick, concise answer that said, hey, I supply the brackets. All you got to do is hang the bracket on the wall. Then all you got to do, wire the light. And then all you got to do, slide the light over on the bracket, attach two nuts, and your light is ready to rock and roll. Enjoy your Woods Edge product. There you have it.